I got you. I'm going 0-1.
I'm Jay Vito.
I'm Tony Lilo.
And I'm Tui.
And we are the Hamiltons. And this is Ja Rule's first vlog in Miami at the Super Bowl.
Yeah!
Doing that thing, baby! One, two, check it out.
Get in there, get up there, up the hill for me. I'm on the green. I'm on the green, you understand? The rapper is gonna beat these two guys in fucking golf. Look at them, there's one and there's two. Look at them. Look at them good, get them good, both of them.
Two.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Listen, I just got here, man. I'm looking to shoot about a 175.
You bowling?
He said, what are you, bowling?
You bowling? I'll take a 175.
I'll take a 175, I'm bowling all day.
Super Bowl festivities have officially begun.
Yo, here's the joke of the day. I said, hey, I'm about to shoot about a 175. My guy walked up and said, what the fuck are you bowling? Joke of the day, baby.
That's it, man.
I write a lot of songs.
Ja Rule!
I write a lot of songs for a lot of different artists. So we're gonna have some fun with some of those songs right now. Right now, I'm gonna take y'all on a trip. Yo, what's the motherfucking name? I don't know if they know this is motherfucking Super Bowl weekend. This is the jump off for Super Bowl weekend. So, I got a question for everybody out here. Who y'all motherfucking going for Super Bowl weekend? I gotta hear that one together. Who the fuck y'all going for Super Bowl weekend? I hear a lot of Chiefs. I'm going for the Chiefs, my motherfucking self. But listen, check it out. Check it out. If y'all are gamblers in the building, take Chiefs with the over. Chiefs, over. All right, yo, say, let's go, baby. Yo, what's the motherfucking name? Going back to the family saying, I'm in the house of the game. The brain train, the pussy niggas, the pussy all doing the same. He's on the road for two.
Yo, UK, what it is, it's the RULE. Make some motherfucking noise for my sister Ashanti right now if y'all having a good time. Yo, wish I could be there tonight, but I know one thing's for sure, two things for motherfucking certain. I'm not always there when y'all call. I'm always on time, niggas. See y'all soon.
Hey, yo, Serhant, hold on, what about that? Hey, my son is in the building. Give me some love, son. Fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, nigga, fuck this up, fuck this up. Hey yo, West Palm, I love y'all. We're in the building. Young Sin in the building.
While you're taking pictures, can I ask you just real quick from NBC Bay Area, who you got in Sunday's game?
Oh man, I got Kansas City, man. Let's go for KC.
Okay, so a lot of fans in the Bay Area are going to get a little disappointed when
I
you say that.
know.
But why do you like Kansas City?
I know. Well, I'm a Giants fan, first of all, so don't get too mad at me, guys. You know, but I really want to see Andy Reid, you know, get his first ring. Patrick Mahomes too. I want to see him, you know, fulfill that last year's Super Bowl. I mean, that MVP run and fulfill it this year with Super Bowl. So, you know, for me, it's about stuff like that. And you know, when you know, Jimmy Garoppolo, technically he has 2 rings already. So.
Not technically, he does have 2
rings. Have 2 rings already. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, your big music. What do you think of the halftime show? What are you looking forward to seeing?
Oh man, some J-Lo, Shakira, man. You know, there's going to be a whole lot of rump shaking up there.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, because they know about my Penn State days.
And I'm gonna tell you, speaking of Super Bowl, what I got right here, I got my Super Bowl.
All right.
This right here has 54 questions in there, and it ranges from everything.
Okay.
We talking sports, music, social media, and my favorite, black stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What's your guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure. All right, my guilty pleasure is I work out a lot, a lot. I try to stay in shape, stay healthy.
Yeah, we know.
But I love sweets. I love, like, it's an oxymoron, I know. So I'm the dude that's sneaking downstairs in the middle of the night, going to get cookies out the you know.
So what's your favorite?
Yeah. So there's these chocolate chip cookies. They're like, they come from my supermarket, Wigmans. They're like Wigmans brand cookies, and they make them.
Okay.
They're the best cookies I've ever had in my life. They always so soft, fresh out the oven.
Man, that's like these Trader Joe's cookies I be eating. I love them, man.
It's about these supermarket cookies, man.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm
trying
with
to
you.
tell you, man.
I'm with you.
Y'all better get up on it.
Right. We need to get one more from you, man.
Right,
Come on,
cool.
let's go.
All right, let's see. What's the best way to deal with naysayers? Man, prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep your feet moving like a running back and run through them. That's it.
Straight like that.
You know what I'm saying? You ready to perform? You ready?
Players, Ja and Brandon gonna be on?
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, you know.
Good
You
thing
know
I have
about
my little
performance basis.
sweat tie. Yeah, see, I'm Ja Rule at nighttime. It's still,
Jeff Atkins?
Yeah, this is my Jeff Atkins hours.
Jeff Atkins, aka Ja Rule?
We can work it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We're here with members of the WFLA. Now it's a new football league, so we're here to talk about that a little bit, and then also obviously this is Super Bowl week.
The league is, you explained it for what it is. It's women's football. First time that women are being paid to play professional tackle football, not, you know, the lingerie league. I would have to make that distinction because when I start to talk about it all the time, people always ask me about that. I guess because that's probably the most popular thing that they know of women in football. But this is real stuff, man. Real serious business, real football. You know, real athletes. We got Cynthia Deck as a witness, a testament to that. She's an amazing athlete, and you know, this is women's empowerment. This is a movement that is taking place right now, and you know, I'm excited to be on the front end of it. You know, because 20 years from now, who knows what we'll look back on this day and say, you know, what this was and what, you know, what we, you know, brought to the table and what this has become. So I'm really looking forward to that time when we're sitting here 20 years later and saying, look at this amazing league we you know, created and grown. But you know, I would like some of the other panel members to speak, especially Santia, you know, about the struggles of being a woman, of being I didn't sleep that much. I had a party, but being a woman in sports and just, you know, period. Forget football.
you know, in sports period. You know, women in basketball have gone through this struggle. You know, women in tennis have gone through this struggle many, many years ago, and now, you know, tennis is flourishing, and soccer, and you know, the list goes on and on. So, you know, we are the new, you know, sports league on the frontier, and I think it's going to be a very, very, very big situation, and it's very exciting. So, you know, I would like them to talk a little more about it and yeah, express that.
I'm Brandon Shelby. I'm the WFLA commissioner, and pretty much with the league, like Ja Rule said, that it's about women empowerment and moving the sport for women forward. We think this year is the year of the woman. It is a great opportunity for us to then transition into this with a professional football league. First time ever that women athletes are going to be able to play football and get paid for it. We think it's a great time. We think with the game of football itself, it can translate a lot as the men's game does. With our WNBA versus the NBA, I think with the WNBA the women not being able to dunk, it kind of takes some of the luster out of the comparisons between the two leagues. And I think with a football league, a woman can do exactly everything the male counterpart can do on the field. And I think that's going to transition to the fans, and they're going to be able to see the women on the field putting in work. It's crazy when you see these athletes out there, you know what I mean, on the field. But briefly, just going back a little bit on the background, the WFLA was created, actually a parent company is She Beverage Company. She Beverage Company is the brand that we've been working with for some years now. We're actually going public in about 2 weeks from now. It's going to be the first minority female traded company that's going to be on the stock market, NASDAQ. We actually took the WFLA up under that umbrella to create this platform for the athletes. She Beverage Company is a craft beer company, high-end alkaline waters, online retail stores, and dating apps and a lot of different things in its entirety. So once again, we really think this is a great opportunity for the WFLA. I think it's a great time to do this, and we have a lot of great athletes, and we're extremely excited about, you know what I mean, the growth of this league and having a lot of people being involved with it. So we're extremely excited.
So speaking of the athletes, I mean, let's get to know a little bit more about you. Did you grow up? Because now
another athlete.
There's this. Oh, we gotta come on in.
Okay.
There's a there used to be a stigma. Girls can't play football. Girls can't do all these things. And now, I mean, that's gone. You see girls playing high school football. I mean, it's a different world. And not only are you ladies going to be the first to be professionally paid and everything, but you're also going to be huge role models to those girls. How does it feel knowing, I mean, it's not, I guess not pressure, but knowing that you have a full generation, you're the first of a generation that's just going to blow up behind you?
So when this whole thing first happened, that's like the main question that everybody was asking me, like, well, how do you feel? How does it feel to make history and things like that? And I was like, it's cool. I mean, it's always good to be, you know, the first to do something. But for me, I was more so excited because I'm like, man, now all these little girls that look up to me, they have a home. They can actually, they have another level that they can go to, be paid for, be compensated for their cuts, their bruises, you know, all the effort that they put in, just like the men. And I wanted to make it clear because everybody's like, oh, all right, so you're trying to pretty much be a man, you're trying to play with men. I'm like, no, I just want to have the same opportunities, the same benefits, the same way that they can feed their families through their sport. I want to be able to do that too. But I don't want to play with you guys. Look at me, I'm 5'1". So it's like, but I want to make sure that I can show these little girls, okay, you can work hard. You can start when you're little, just like the guys. Go through high school, go through college, get a scholarship, and then if you want to continue after college, you can actually be paid for it. Because it's a lot of women's sports where we're not paid. Yeah, so it's like, why not give us the platform if we're putting in the same effort? So I'm just excited for them, the next generation.
I just want to interject and build on what Santee was saying. I want everybody to understand something. Women's football is not new. Yeah. Women have been playing football for a very long time. You know, it's an Olympic sport. Unbeknownst to me, this was news to me. You know, I didn't know that women were playing tackle football at the Olympic level. I didn't know that either. So it's been around for a very long time. We're not reinventing the wheel. You know, we're just trying to, you know, put some rims on it, make it shiny, and make it a lot better. You know, that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to take a model that's already set in place of one of the biggest sports in America, which is football. People love any kind of football. They love Pee Wee football. They love. I trust me. I see some of these games out here in Miami.
at the lower levels, the Pop Warner levels, America loves football. And you know, I was gonna get some t-shirts made this weekend. I had a slogan, a saying that I kind of want to bring to the table because I find it kind of odd. And the slogan actually was, what are the odds? 100 years to 1. So it's 100 years of men football to just this 1 year that we're starting and trying to build a women's league for women to actually get paid to play football. So those are the odds.
Right.
Yeah, John, I like how you came up with that motto. For a lot of people who don't know, this is the 100th year of professional football in the NFL, so that's what the 100 to 1 is there. And that in and of itself, John, you're an artist yourself, but Brandon, right?
Yes.
Brandon, so talk about, you know, when we talk about art, we're talking about painting with a blank canvas, right? So how did this idea come about? Because I read up about it. There's 32 teams, right?
Yes.
You had a draft already. Like, talk about this idea and how it came to fruition. Kind of like
Rose,
right?
Like kind of like painting a piece of art on a blank canvas.
Right. So Lupe Rose is the CEO of the WFLA. And she's also the CEO of She Beverage Company, as I was explaining before, the kind of the parent company for the WFLA. So with that said, a minority woman herself, and starting this company with her partners, Tony Shelby and Kat Dearden, as a majority-owned or minority women, it just came for a process of, she's always been a huge football fan, and it was just something that she's always been really, really strong about, you know what I mean, just moving women's progression forward in any aspect. And it just really came to, you know, our platform that we have with She Beverage Company to say, hey, I think it's time for, you know, women to have an opportunity. She's extremely strong on the counterparts of the men, being able to have women compensated as the men athletes do. So literally we kind of sat down together and we thought it'd be a great opportunity to start this, and that's kind of how it came to fruition, to be honest with you.
And then Kimberly, for you, getting involved, like how did this come about for you? Because I'm sure, you know, being involved in the Brown family yourself, are you the daughter or a granddaughter?
The daughter.
Daughter, okay. I wanted to make sure I got that information right.
Yes.
Jim Brown's daughter.
Yes.
So were you pursued by the WFLA, or was this something that you came to them and said, hey, I want to be a part of this?
Actually, I was playing in another league at the time. I just completed my rookie year. I heard about the draft by a fellow teammate of mine, and they said it was in LA, which is my hometown. I was living in Atlanta at the time. And so I went out there, and, you know, I tried out. I did the 40, you know, I did some bench presses. And
well, how much can you bench? Hold on.
I don't remember. So, you know, I found out about it. I went out, you know, gave it my all, and then like less than a month later, I think like 2 or 3 weeks later, they had the draft day at the MGM in Las Vegas, and I went there and I got drafted, and it was an amazing experience, you know. So yeah, I actually sought out the WFLA.
Anything for you, TC?
Well, what positions do you ladies play, if you don't mind?
Well, I play defensive end.
Okay.
But Lupe drafted me as running back as well.
Okay.
So I'm going
to
in.
Be playing both ways?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to.
And I'm just a running back.
Just a running
Probably
back.
gonna do maybe like a little bit of receiver, but
So
definitely running back.
I was sitting here talking to Cam Jordan earlier, the defensive end for the Saints, and because we're here, we're mixing football with art this week, because that's what Miami does. I'm wondering, especially as a defensive end, do you have your sack dance, your sack celebration? Do you have your touchdown celebrations already set? Because he's a big guy, and I know, he didn't admit it, but I know he's in the mirror before game day doing moves and things like that. Is that something?
You know what? I do have a little dance. I'm not gonna show it because it's exclusive, but it represents where I'm from, Houston.
Okay.
So you guys will see. You'll see. Just stay tuned.
And yourself?
Hope you be doing a lot of that dance, right?
I mean, you already know. That's the plan.
I have one too.
You have one too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not gonna share. We're gonna wait till we see it.
It's really exclusive.
Okay. Okay.
You guys have to wait.
Okay. Absolutely.
When will we might see some WFLA action?
Okay, so great question. We're actually in the process right now of putting together this year a exhibition / showcase season for the WFLA. So our official start of the season is going to be 2021. We actually want to mirror it the same time as the WNBA. So this particular season starting, or this year in May, we're going to do about 9 games. It's a 9-city tour. exhibition showcase. We're basically going to take all of our wonderful athletes from all the different teams that we have and kind of put them together on a field in 9 different cities, from LA, Vegas, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Philly is a city. We're going to do special showcase games, sell tickets, promote the games, and that's literally, tickets go on sale March 1st.
For sure. Thanks, man. Good luck with your event. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for letting us come and talk a little bit about it.
Oh, you're doing great. I'm excited, man. You're doing a good thing.
I'm excited, man. This is pretty big stuff.
I mean, it's got a buzz. Like, you hear. You're right. I've heard about female football, lingerie stuff, and all that kind of stuff. But, for the obvious reasons.
Yeah, you can't subjectify women in that way, and call it a sport or athleticism.
Some badass women right now, man.
Beautiful women,
beautiful badass
women.
I'll watch.
What you say? Like I'm telling you, if you was flicking the channel and didn't, know what you just landed on, you'd be like,
wouldn't turn the channel.
You'd be like, oh shit.
And you're like, I gotta tell you, during NFL, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, I'm freaking out. I got a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch football every night.
Yeah. So now the XFL is gonna come in. They're probably gonna do pretty good because they're coming in with there's no football.
Yeah.
And if they play real football and stop with the WWF shit, you know what I mean? They'll get a look. Because I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna see what it looks like.
Watch your forward, Jim.
For the cause, all right, man. All right, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Always, man, for sure. Good? That's it? You see, you gotta stop doing the women this way. This is why we here. You gotta stop this.
DC? Brandon?
We'll go Marvel.
Marvel?
Marvel all day.
So then we got Batman or Superman?
Batman.
All right.
Batman.
Superman.
Oh, 2 versus 2. All right. So if we're gonna go Marvel, then we're gonna go Captain America or Iron Man.
Iron Man. That was easy.
Unanimous.
Nobody fucks with Captain America.
How about this one? This might cost some stuff. Nike or Adidas? Nike.
It's tough for me.
That's tough.
I'm going with the swoosh because I'm going with the swoosh. But I'm from Queens, and them 3 stripes is like synonymous to Queens.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
Fuck it, I'm going with Adidas. Adidas. Fuck you, college drug.
For your coffee needs, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Starbucks.
You didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
I'm a dude. I don't drink coffee.
No coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Starbucks.
Starbucks, okay. All right. What about Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation. PlayStation?
PlayStation.
I don't play video games, but I'll go Xbox.
Okay, all right. 3 versus 1. Movies or a TV series?
Damn, that's a tough one.
Like a 10-episode long TV show or a 2-hour movie.
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go TV series. You get more out of it. Yeah, you break it down.
What about you guys?
I'll say TV.
TV series. We'll go movies. All right. Harrison Ford or Bruce Willis?
Ooh, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is classic.
Classic. The Fugitive. Favorite movie.
Air Force One. What about you?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. All right. Last but not least, let's go with two more questions. Spring or fall?
Spring. Okay, next one.
Oh,
Spring.
Favorite team colors?
Lakers, purple and gold.
Pink and black, New York Stars.
And you ladies?
Brown and orange, baby. Brown.
There it is.
I could have predicted that one. Santia. It's a hard one for Santia.
I'll go with the Laker colors.
Laker colors, purple and gold. Members of the WFLA. Zach Duarte here from 790.
Peace to the code.
All right.
Kobe.